Well, I keep learning how to use this tool. It's very complicated and it does a lot. So I am trying to learn how to optimize filters. So I'm trying to optimize a particular hairpin filter, and I have told it what type of parameters I wanted, and then that was good. And then I was able to figure out that you can put in goals. Okay, so you can do optimization on this thing, and you can put in the goals. And so these are the goals that I've added. You can add an S11, an S21, 21, 11, or 21. These are all 21. So basically what this looks like, let me explain it to you on this chart right here. These red zones are the keep out zones, all right, for S21. So this curve here that I'm following, that's the S21. So that's our bandpass. And what I'm saying is I want it not to clip here. It tries to push this edge down as much as it can. And then there's a tiny little window right here where I have a couple dB. And I'm trying to get my filter to go right in that little window there. So it's trying to push this thing up. So those are my optimization windows. And then S11 is fine. S11 is just this thing down here. It'll look like the inverse of the S21. Let me show you how optimization works. So this is the layout of the filter. It's a hairpin filter. This is the schematical representation, all of the bits and pieces that add up. So this is what it uses. But then it uses equations. So it actually uses these equations and stuff to do things. So I'm going to basically kind of muck it up. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to make this 12. And I'm going to make this 1 or 2. That'd be fine. Really muck it up. So you can see that my my new filter. So let me get rid of this again. We'll go back to layout. So what I've done is I've extended these two little legs here. And then my filter gets completely screwed up. This is where it was, and now I've really messed it up. So it's all down here and stuff. So then I can tell it, okay, that's great. That's a starting point. Now I want to optimize that starting point. And I go here to the goal, and I tell it to calculate, and you can watch it real time, put things back to where they should be. All right, I think if we want to run it long enough, we'll do a stop on this. And you can see here on the layout that it put those little entrance stubs back to where they should be. And now our filter looks good again. This dashed line is where it was, and the solid line is where it is now. It used those things to optimize. All right, so let's go one step further. Now, when it's optimizing, it's using canned equations, which almost everybody does, for all of this stuff. You have a bunch of pre-calculated values that have been solved, and you just use all of these formulas and stuff, and it just does all that for you. But this machine has the capability of doing actual Maxwell's equations to do these calculations, and that's called momentum, okay? All right, now I'm going to show you this graph here. I clicked on EM versus linear. So this is Maxwell's versus equations. And that's what this graph is down here at the bottom. Let me make this bottom one a little bit bigger, okay? So the equations are the green line, okay? So the green line comes up here, and it goes perfect and comes back down again, because that's exactly what we optimize to. But if you tell it, okay, but tell me what it's really doing, okay? And it's going to create a mesh, and it's going to do Maxwell's equations in 2 dimensions, and it's going to do all real fancy stuff. It says, what does it really do? And it's going to give you this kind of brown line. And you can see that this brown filter is extremely different from the green filter. They're just worlds apart. And that's the difference between simple modeling and true EM wave Maxwell's equations modeling. And so, yeah, so if you went to build the green one and you got it back and then you measured it, you would probably say, ugh, it's measuring like this brown one. I don't want that. So let's see if we can't optimize it for the brown line. So we go back to our goal, and we are going to be doing goals. And instead of using filter analysis, we're going to be using momenta data. So this is going to be using Maxwell's equations instead. And now instead of calculating equations, I'm going to actually do Maxwell's equations. So if I do OK, oops, I had to hit add, it actually calculates. So now we're going to calculate. So now we can run it and see if it can figure out how to make the filter better with true EM waves. So you can see here we've done one round with 15 steps of pattern searching. It's doing kind of a Monte Carlo analysis, and you can see that the brown line is moving over. It's trying to optimize that brown line. And so I will let it run here. It's going to take a while, so I'll speed up the video. All right, it's been running maybe 15 minutes, something like that. I turned off the screen capture because it was taking up processing time, so I think this is an okay spot to stop it. It's not done with the optimization, but it's getting close. And I think we can see a bunch of things that are difficult to see. Let me make this big. So you can see that the starting point was way over here like this. Now the stopping point is nice and broad again, so it did its job. All right. I don't know how to, let's see here, run all analysis. Yeah, I think the problem is this is looking at before and after, and it's hard for me to take just a new shot again. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. But I think you get the idea. It's a messy graph, but we now have a really, really nice thing again. But let's take a look at what happened to the equation one. So if you use the new, okay, this is confusing. If this changed, if you look at the before and after, this changed. Now, if you take this and you run equations on it, okay, you get the green line. And the green line then has a super, super broad thing, right? It spills over here where you don't want it to. Like this is the keep out zone and it's spilling out. So you can see that there's a big difference between the Maxwell's generated filter and the equation generated filter, this big green one. So what I really want to do is to learn how to use this tool and then actually build both of these filters. Build the one that the filter equations tell you to build, and then build the one that the EM wave equations tell you to build. See if they match these graphs, see if they actually are different, see things like that. I need to go a few steps further in what substrates do I really want to use, what frequency do I really want to use. I was just playing with 2450, which might be the filter I end up trying to build anyway. But anyway, just to give you an idea of optimization, both in equations and in EM physics, using this new Genesys software that I have.